want to show you all something. There's a deer hunter in there, right there. He's got his safety harness on. He's all ready to go. He's in the friggin' come and go. He just went over, got his coffee, walking around in his hunting clothes, which are not going to be nowhere heavy enough today. And then they go to the woods like that. Now, come on, folks. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's really amazing. And the guys get all... And there's another one. There's another one. They're standing in there deer hunting in the come and go. That's amazing. It totally amazes me. I don't know who they are, but they're deer hunting in the come and go at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then they wonder why they don't see no deer. Why would they? That is totally amazing, me. You see more camouflage here at the come and go here in Norwalk than you all see anywhere. That totally amazes me. Guy getting out there in his come and go suit. Well, here we are, November 20th, about 10 to 7. You seen all the hunters are out there at the come and go. I just conversed with the hoot owl in the tree. He's ready to rock and roll. So let's see what happens today. We're hunting another travel corridor. So northwest wind or northeast wind, cloudy day, about 25 degrees out. And the hunters are definitely in the woods. So sit back and let's see what happens. Any deer that'll come in there will come from this direction over there, which is west, and either move to the east or come from the east and they'll move back and forth across here. Right in front of me. It's a 25-yard shot. And they travel from one timber to the other. Local resident woke him up. The reason I'm talking is because when you set up, you definitely want to set up far enough away from the deer. You don't want them to be on top of you when you get in your stand. So I expect the deer to be coming along, probably around 8 o'clock-ish. But, you know, they might come earlier. But I'm not full of paranoia. Because if you set up right, the deer ain't supposed to be here when you get in the stand anyway. Or you're too close. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I put some deer scent on this arrow, and I'm going to shoot it out there at 25 yards, and hopefully it'll hold the deer where I'm going to make the shot. did two things. I put scent out there, plus it made me confident that I could make that shot. So let's see what happens. That arrow, it's just right about in there. Oh, it's 25 yards away. That was a nice 8-pointer, big body. But that's what you got to do when you trophy hunt. Come in there a little after 7 o'clock. You got to let them walk. He ain't gonna grow if you shoot him. Well, are you learning anything? You remember that arrow I shot out there at the beginning of this morning's hunt? Did that deer come right to that arrow? Would that have been a give me shot? And you guys buy all those plastic grunt calls. That's what called that buck over here. So, get away from your pro shops and your big box stores and go out, become a woodsman, and you're not going to buy that over the counter, but everybody's born with this. You don't need a HS strut or ABC or whatever grunt calls. You got one. And anyhow, I hope you learned something from that segment. Well, that's bound to happen sooner or later. No biggie. Okay, how many of you so-called pro staff shooters are passing that buck up 9 o'clock in the morning, right under the stand, walked right to the arrow that we shot out there? That's the second buck I could have shot. That was a big 9-pointer. I don't know how many of those so-called experts would have passed on that deer. But that's what you have to do. And if you can't do that, don't call yourself a trophy hunter in my presence, because you're not. You're an opportunist. So, man up. Either pass them up and shoot pure trophies, or fess up and say you just shoot any good buck. Now, we're having fun, ain't we? By the way, that buck came in right where that little buck took off and snorted. And just because you get snorted at this time of the year, don't give up your stand. You never know what can happen. Deer coming. Well, it's 11 o'clock, and that was a pretty uneventful hour. That snort wheeze didn't bring anything in, so I only got a half an hour left because I got to go to work today. So we'll have to get down at 11:30. So here goes the last half hour. Beautiful day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that this morning. It's 20 after 11, and I got a job to do in Altoona, Iowa. So I got a lot of road time in front of me to get there. One thing I want to go over with before we leave today, this is for you new guys. You know, you got a lot of so-called experts out there, and I'm always down on experts because they're just, all they're talking is, for my way of thinking, is their theory. But let me ask you something. And now you ponder on this. They all, in all their literature, when the rut kicks in, what do they tell you? Hunt the does and the bucks will show up. Well, aren't we just mere mortal human people? I mean, we don't have a nose in the animal world. The best thing we can hope to is smell the fart next to the guy that's sitting at us in the movie theater. That's about the only time our nose does us any good. And but those bucks are real bucks in the real world, and they don't know where the does are either, folks. That's why they're with their nose on the ground looking for them. Because if they knew where the does were, wouldn't you think they'd be with them? So when all those so-called experts on the magazine racks and on the self-proclaimed Saturday morning cartoon shows that they run out in front of you, and they're either hunting under a feeder, or they got this one ex-fisherman. He goes out and he shakes and bakes and dumps stuff on the ground. And he used bait in fishing, so I guess he figures he's got to have bait in the hunting world too. And those guys down in Texas, where they talk fame and claim fame, sitting under a feeder in the background, that takes a whole lot of skill. Just ponder on that. Hunt the does. The does are scattered from here to hell won't have it. They've been gored, chased, dogged, their tongues are hanging out. They ain't even hardly in the woods right now. They know that's where the bucks are going to be. So just keep that in mind, young guys. Don't sit there and wonder how you're going to hunt the does in the rut in Iowa, because it's almost impossible to hunt the does. Now later on you might hunt the feeding area, but right now throw that garbage, what they talk about on television. Matter of fact, if you quit sponsoring those guys by buying the bone crusher or the bone whatever collector garbage that they run out with their name on, has no validity at all, the real team and the slogans and all these wannabe advertisements, if you guys would quit sponsoring those SOBs, they wouldn't be in the hunting world, because they're trying to make a living out of something that has been done for 10,000 years or longer, you know? So they're not doing anything, and most of them are hunting on a canned hunt. Do you think they'd waste their time? Because you got to remember one thing. In hunting, the deer is the main actor, not these so-called experts. They're trying to act like they're the main actor, and they're just another Joe. So quit buying their products, and then you put them on the unemployment line where they belong, and then they'll be back on the streets going, I got to get a job, which they probably can't even get one. Have a good day. Well, let's walk up here and get at that arrow we shot out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Well, there's that arrow. And what that arrow had on it, believe this or not, human piss. Doctor it up, and that buck, you seen 2 bucks standing right over it, smelling it. So, there's the arrow. You turn around, and there was the stand. So when those bucks looked up there, they probably could see a different figure, but they didn't spook. So let's get out of here. I gotta get the L tuna.